Hola, hola, hola. How's everybody feeling in a beautiful, beautiful whatever days you may be landing on this good old Think Differently, No Filter, and Daily Motivation video. What the hell is that burning in there? Oh, my candles got to the bottom of the wick. So now, look at that catchies. So now, well, we can edit that later. So now we are back at it. So let's just focus. This is an emergency download to a degree to my collective and for anybody that may be concerned about this big, beautiful bill that Donald Trump just signed into play. Let's just say it like that. Let's move this. Okay, the download I just received. I was thinking about putting it in a way where we can understand it better versus me just giving it to you bluntly, which I still will. But I believe this deserves a more gentle touch, only for the masses to understand what I'm saying here. This planet has been operating a certain way for a long time. And the purpose of this planet is to evolve to the highest frequency possible. For most of us, we know love is the most powerfulest force that exists throughout the cosmos. And with love, anything is possible. Just the definition of love alone means to care for, nurture, provide for, support, etc. So this planet is like this slinky, this heart slinky, but we all know there's not an actual shape of a heart, but that's for another time, and that's for another topic, another time. Follow Rashad Jamal, University of Cosmic Intelligence, and he'll tell you all about what this actually represents, the heart. Okay, green hearts. If you know, you know. So let's just say this planet represents the level of frequency. So we'll put this is the planet, and we're supposed to be rising in frequency the whole time. That's why I love you, Spirit Team. Helps me paint pictures versus me just dropping mics. So this represents planet Earth, Mother Tiamat. They're lighting fireworks out there. If you know, you know. So this represents planet Earth, and Mother Tiamat's job is to continue rising in frequencies. But with these shape-shifting reptilians out here that created a light code matrix where us individuals can only rise so much in frequency, so we won't ascend to our true selves. They created 5G technology and chemtrails and poison in your foods, waters, name it. If you name it, it's in there probably, right? Cereals, yada yada. Diapers, bread, they're putting chopped up yoga mats in there that I heard from Brittany the Cosmic Wifey like a month ago, and I wasn't too surprised when she said that. The FDA has just been paid just to slide food through. You know what I mean? They don't do thorough inspections, but if you know, you know. There's a certain amount of shit, excrement that can be allowed in certain food. Rat hair is just something. Okay. So the Agent Smiths out here's agenda is to keep us vibrating at a lower frequency of hatred, anger, division, racism, yada yada, right? So what's going on now, since a lot of the matrix light codes is crumbling, since the planetary alignments is happening, the sun's getting closer to this planet, so the individuals that are not supposed to be here is getting heavily affected by that. If you know, you know. The firmament's been cracking. People's been finding sky ice crashing through their roofs, garages, through their windshields of their car, whatever location you can name it. There's been evidence of the firmament been cracking. There's also been evidence ever since the Schumann frequency, sound frequency, forgive me if I'm saying that all butchered. The Schumann frequency is the frequency of the planet Earth that's been raising, and a lot of people's been experiencing different abilities and attributes happening within the frequency shifting on this planet, and the Schumann resonance frequency increasing. So you may ask, what does this have to do with Donald Trump signing the big beautiful bill? And it has a lot to do with it, because the government's been our daddies and our mommies for a long time. Daddies and mommies, our parents, for a long time, and manipulating a lot of our intelligence and our money for secret agendas and so forth. If you know, you know. Donald Trump being in office, he's raising the frequencies of this planet that Joe Biden and a lot of presidents weren't doing, because they were in bed with the reptilians and so forth. Oh, you're supporting Donald Trump? No, I'm not saying I support anybody, but I'm just naming what is happening with the frequencies and the downloads that I just received. Our planet has only been raising in frequency to a certain point due to a lot of programs that's been structured into society to keep us hitting a glass ceiling. All right. With Donald Trump signing this big beautiful bill and cutting SNAP benefits, Medicaid benefits, that frees up a lot of money that can go elsewhere. And I know people say, oh, it can go to the rich people's pockets and so forth. Without me going too far in detail with it, a lot of people don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I think I jumped the gun on that. So let me say this. Let's stick to the big American bill, which that still was on topic of that. But with him cutting these programs, it is forcing the collective Mother Tiamat, the people that refuse to do their shadow work, or not even refuse to do it, but are just used to certain things, they stop themselves subconsciously from growing. They're like, okay, well, I know I got Medicaid. Like when I was running around being a knucklehead and I didn't have my own house, I would always know I can go back home to my brother's or my dad's house. So I wouldn't exert all of the efforts that I knew I had, because I can always just call my dad and say, hey, can I come back and crash? Or my stepmom, XYZ, right? So I was self-hindering my own growth, because I knew deep down inside I could always go to my cushion, my comfort zone, right? So to speed that all up, when I made the decision to unplug from the matrix and never sign another application, never get another job, never work for somebody else, because the money makes people act funny, right? You get manipulated, get taken advantage of. I don't mean to be redundant, but that was the bottom line, until I had to unplug my own umbilical cord from that matrix frequency. I was like, man, I'll find it out. I'll find this out on my own. I don't need someone else telling me. Like any individual was like symbolic to how the government runs a lot of us until you disconnect. I figured it out by disconnecting, not knowing what to do right away, sleeping in my truck, still having my landscape business. So I've been doing that when I was working for other people too as well. I was just juggling, until I realized, hey, all I need to do is just work on God's land with my hands. I love it. It's peaceful outside. It's very therapeutic. I'm getting connected to Mother Tiamat. I don't have anyone over my shoulder micromanaging. I'm cool. I'll make this work, sleep in my truck. I got resources. I got people I can rely on. And I'll figure it out day by day. And when I was going through that journey, I got closer to God, and I documented my journey. You know, even my ego's like, oh, don't show the world you're going through homeless stuff and this and that. I was like, but God was like, fuck that. Show the world what's going on, because I'm going to show the world through you and your journey that anything's possible as long as you have faith and you believe in me. And you believe outside of your circumstances. And even when I'm recording this video, there's days that I lose my faith and I want to rely just on my flesh, and I can handle things on my own. And then I'm quickly reminded that I'm always going to need source. And there's times I'm almost got disconnected from source because me being a knucklehead wanting to do my shortcut ways. So I had to go through my own internal shadow work, right? And then I'm a true believer that God will always have me and my mother will always have me. You know, my holy mother, my holy father, and the Holy Spirit will always have me, right? So with Trump writing in all these, or just changing algorithms up, he's forcing the world, a lot of us that's been used to these programs, like the Democrats know what they're doing, keeping us gods vibrating low and relying on them every year just to be feeding off their titty. Some people say, hey, so you're feeding off their titty. I'm like, I'm not feeding off anyone's titty. I already knew I know what's going on. That's just my reparations. That's a form of my reparations right there. All right, you're a hypocrite. What are you talking about? I'm not going to say this to witchcraft myself, but by their patterns, and as long as I've been here, since the 80s, they haven't gave any of my parents, ancestors, 40 acres and a mule yet. They haven't paid us or given us our land and yada yada. So with my SNAP I get, and I have Medicaid, that was my form of reparations. I mean, that's perspective, and I know it is what it is. You know what I mean? Once you know what's going on, you know. But I'm not going to sit here and do that. So my shit's already set because I got a plan in motion. I found out who I am, so I'm not relying on the government. I'll just happen to be like old DB, you know what I mean? When he made it, he still had his resources. He was still utilizing it. He was still going to the fucking welfare office and getting his check cash and all that shit. He didn't give a fuck because he knew that was his reparations too. Same mind frame. Once you have the mind frame and you have your own talents within and you're self-sufficient, you don't need to rely on everything because you already put that in stone. So with Donald Trump cutting these programs is forcing the world to actually work through their own shadow work more as a community to figure out how they're going to get their resources. I know it may be abrupt, but once again, like I reminded a lot of us before in a few videos, that it's a grand reset happening right now. A lot of the old structure ways are becoming obsolete, and it's forcing us to use more of our subconscious, to dig within more, to be more self-reliant, because our own government okey-doked us and flipped the roles on us. They took the power away from us. That's how they were handling a lot of people. So during this major shift on how we operate, it's going to force us to think differently. More money is going to be allocated to defense systems and other areas that I'm still researching on, because we're going to be getting alien technology. The government's not going to be telling you this. I'm telling you behind the scenes. And once we get alien technology, you're going to have to defend this technology from other life forms. This is some Marvel Universe shit that I'm talking to you. It may sound crazy, but the truth sounds stranger than fiction. So a lot of this is happening behind the scenes. Oh, yeah, right, Joe. So SpaceX doesn't exist. Elon Musk is not putting money towards technology. He doesn't have robots that are in people's homes right now. They don't have super soldier robots that are just literally robots that are just going on battlefields right now handling shit. There's not orbs outside your windows right now. There's not aliens being recorded and on TikTok and on the news. So that's not happening outside your window. Movies nowadays can't even say they're sci-fi because the shit's actually existing. So none of that's happening. So what I'm saying sounds far-fetched, that they're not going to use the money that was going towards Medicaid and SNAP and other programs towards beefing up their military system, because we're going to be handed alien technology because we have been deemed responsible, and it's been deemed that it's this cosmic time for us to upgrade as a planet. And we have no more time to suck on the government's titties. You either wake up or you get left behind. So a lot of these programs are divinely timed for us as a collective to upgrade and do our proper shadow work, since we're not going to do it until we're forced to do it. That's just how human nature is. It's like fight or flight. When you're forced with something, you got a choice to either do it or not. And a lot of times when we're forced to do something, we get better results versus us taking our own time and just lackadaisically waiting for that perfect moment. So now the carpets are getting yanked from a lot of us, from underneath our feet, and it's forcing us to find out who the fuck we are, or we just been relying on the government the whole time while doing odd jobs or whatever careers you may have. Confirmation, bitches. So I think I'm going to wrap up the download with that, but that's basically what's happening with the big, beautiful bill and a lot of these other actions that are happening behind the scenes of the government and in public. So once I get divinely connected with some downloads to share with what's going on with the next step, I will disclose that information. But right now, there's nothing to worry about once you're connected. Work on yourself. Know this has all been divinely orchestrated from a long time ago. The planet has to go through a shift, and it's going through it now. And the government has to go. There's a new regime in town, and you're looking at one of the ambassadors right here. There's a lot of us around here. The light workers are here to usher in the planet correctly. No more misleading the public and manipulating them with money and military and yada yada for some sick agenda. We're only operating off of Mother Tiamat's agenda. So nobody feels defeated over here. We're victorious all the time. Okay. We have a lot of things going on. I'm super sensitive to energies. Like I said, I'm Batman. I gotta watch over the Jokers. I gotta watch over the Riddlers. I gotta watch over the Penguins. I gotta watch over the Mr. Freezes. Okay. The Mad Hatters, all of that. Okay, so I am free as a bird. Ladies, you're good. There's nothing to worry about. I am straight. I'm going through a new shift of how to handle things versus just always snapping and cussing things out. I've been through this rodeo plenty of times. This is small potatoes versus what I've been through. Okay, so trust me, I'm happier than ever. If someone showed me how they truly feel the first time, do you think I'm going to rush back into it so they can attempt to trick me again? I'm very fed up with people's games. I'm just about transparency and honesty. So once you show me who you are once, God always reminds me that's who they are. Hence, if you do your proper shadow work properly, and then the world knows and God lets me know, hey, okay, that person did their work properly, then still watch them from afar and wish them the best luck. Or if God gives me my mission to go back to that person and help them personally, then I will be obedient. That's just point blank. So I don't care who feels whatever way about my actions. I'm not here to justify that to you, but I am here to usher in the world right and to do my duty and to be obedient. And my actions may not make sense to those that it doesn't make sense to, but I was quickly reminded again, it only makes sense for the people that it's supposed to make sense for. And I'm not going to be out here explaining, oh, well, this is why it just didn't work. If you don't have the cosmic eyes to see it, then so be it. I love you all. Take that for however you may. But stay evolving, stay knowing what you are about. Know your narrative, stand for something so you won't fall for anything. And baby Jays, we're going to have a beautiful day because our beautiful earth, a beautiful future, because this new earth frequencies right now, I'm feeling the shifts constantly. And I know you are too, baddies, and my collective children out here as well. So stay loving, stay transparent, stay honest. Don't bullshit yourself, because it's only going to hurt yourself in the long run. Okay, I'm seeing people fall left and right like dominoes because they fucked themselves up. Okay, if you made your bed, lay in it. That's bottom line how we feeling. Okay? And yeah, whatever energy you put out there will and must return to sender. That is just the laws of nature here. I'm not writing the rules. Okay, if you put out love, you're going to get love reciprocated back. If you pull out any trickery, fuckery, secret, quiet shit, you're going to get that reciprocated back in your life when you don't want it reciprocated in your life. Do you understand now? Okay, so people just have to roll up in their own shit and accept it. There's no saving hoes out in this bitch. There's no saving yuffers out in this bitch. There's no saving people that don't deserve to be saved out here. God and the angels will take care of those people. Me, I wanted to save everybody. That is it. I have a big heart. But a lot of times I want to slap the shit out of myself because I feel like I'm loving way too much. And I'm hindering my own blessings, which at time I do. I go backwards into old patterns. I'm like, Zoe, man, come on. Even though we're just checking on people and yada yada, make sure they ain't killing the seas and shit. I know. We love people. But we can't be opening up doors once our vibration is higher. We can't go back to lower frequencies until those frequencies match our frequencies, and then we can look at nose bridge to nose bridge versus me like, hey, how you guys doing? Can you hear me? And that's not even being vain. Everything has levels to the shit. All right? So don't let your past bite you in the ass. You can still love. It's okay. But just make sure no more delay. Let your blessings keep on flowing. It's overflow season. So I'm learning how to operate in my new version of myself. That's all it is. Learn how to operate my version daily. The ego still creeps in a lot, so I express it. I jump up here real quick to get that out. We don't want no PS. We don't want no PTSD. Get it out. Let people know. You know, leave paragraphs on people's pages. Hey, I love you. I still got you. I got you. Just get that thought out of my body first. Okay, people are not attacking you, all right? It's not about that. You don't need to always be defensive. I need to learn. I'm learning on how to get constructive criticism myself without snapping, right? I don't mean snapping, but just getting defensive. I'm like, what the fuck? You don't know what the fuck I mean. All right, it happens. We're human. We're living. We're having a human experience. So it happens. I do have my defense shield up a lot because I've been fucking attacked so many times by close ones, family, friends, strangers, everybody. It's like you think they're cool, and so you're in protective mode, battle mode, but you're protecting our dignity, our respect, and our generational wealth and our generational lineage first and foremost, and my ancestors, what all they've done and what they're continuing to do. Mother Tiamat, you got to respect your platform. You can't let no yuffers or anybody take you off your mission. So yes, we're going to be respectfully rebellious and defensive when necessary. We stay ready so we don't have to get ready. If you come correct, then that's cool. But if you come funky, then we're even going to be more defensive and just have one eye above the top of the shield. It's like, okay, how are they walking? How are they walking? How's their energy? You know, it's just a position. It's the role we accept it. With great powers come great responsibilities. So I'm accepting it. It's very disappointing. I'm past that. Confirmation, bitches. And we just going to keep on moving. But me, as a life coach and being transparent, whatever comes in, however frequently it comes in, we're going to be transparent with it and release it. But we're happier than the Dixie whistle. I forgot the analogy. Yeah, I could just say we're happier than a pig in shit, yada yada. But we're good. Okay. This is just a transformation phase. I was like, baby Jays, are you guys getting it yet? You know what I mean? It's like kind of like, are you getting it yet? I'm cool. I'm super happy with all my blessings and accomplishments. I am happy. There's no defeat here at all. I'm just letting y'all know. This is just like, whew, I'm disappointed in y'all. You know what I mean? Like the people that are yuffing, that's the face that in the energy and the steez I be giving off recently. I'm like, fuck, man, I thought there'd be a lot more people with me. So that's still going to be there. But there's no way in hell that I'm upset with my accomplishments where I've came from. I'm good. All right, I just wish I wouldn't have to see a lot of yuck I'm experiencing, but God lets me know it's the clearance. These are the people that can't come towards the new chapter. All right, so it's just a lot of remorse I'm feeling. I was like, shit, fuck, it sucks. But we keeping it trucking. We keeping it canoeing magooings. All right, we straight. But it's not pleasant, especially for ones you love. So I'm not going to sit here and fake it, the funk at all. Take cares, love you, enjoy your whatever days this may be whenever you land on it. And stay learning, stay thinking differently, and have a different perspective in life. And you'll be amazed of once you get a different perspective in life, then you can look back at what you've been doing. You're like, man, I've been stuck because of my own doing. Confirmation, bitches, you know what I mean? So it's like, I can reroute this. Come on now. Just like in the movie Divergent, you know what I mean? There's ways of getting out, but there's always more than one way. The peel a potato, yada, yada. Okay, I'm out. I need to get some food. It's been an oven. You take cares. Love yous.